Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Inspiration Collaboration Design Team Challenge. This month, the team is featuring the new 2026 to 2028 in colors. And there's a beautiful array of new products featuring these colors. So I have just a few here and I'm going to use them in a scrapbook layout. So we have hydrangea hue, crisp cantaloupe, golden glow, peaceful pine, and barely blush. And some good news, there's a new design to the ink pads. So Stampin' Up! Purchased the rights to the design of the Close to My Heart magnetic ink pad. So we've got them in the new in colors. So they're in 5 colors now, and they'll be slowly rolling them out in all the other colors between now and 2027. So these are great ink pads. They're magnetic and super easy to open and close, and they stick to one another. So you don't have ink pads like sliding all over your desk. So I can't wait to have you try these. They are so easy to use. There is a different technique as far as inking your stamp. You tap it a few more times, and also the re-inkers are unique to this ink pad. So the re-inkers from the other ink pads cannot be used on the new ink pads. And I have a couple of other products. The first one is the in color dots, and they're in 2 sizes and 5 colors and iridescent, and then butterflies. And this one has an additional color of butterfly, which is white. So it's got all the 5 in colors in 2 sizes plus white. And they're great products. So there's more available. There will be some shimmer brushes coming, and the Stampin' Blends, and pearl paper, and 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to create a layout using a new scrapbook kit. It's called Sunniest Stories, and it does not have the in colors as part of this kit. However, the petal pink and calypso coral in it will go nicely with the crisp cantaloupe. So this is actually the calypso coral. This kit comes with some design ideas. You don't have to stick to them. You can do your own thing. And it has 4x6 pocket cards. So I'm going to use one of them on my layout. It's got stickers and several die cut punch outs and some cut apart sheets. So there's a great variety, beautiful colors, and you can make the layouts as they're pictured, or you can, like I said, do your own thing. It also comes in 3 languages, in English, French, and German. So lots of options. So I'm going to use this design today, and I'm going to mix in hydrangea hue and crisp cantaloupe with my design. So I'm going to use this base that's got the framed. So the paper that comes with it for the bases, it's a nice heavyweight cardstock, and it's only printed on one side. So you'll know that they're a base. You can certainly cut them apart if you want and use them on another layout, but they make a great base page. So I'm going to go ahead and set these up, and then we can get started. So the pictures that I'm going to scrapbook, let me bring them in here, are of my dogs. So these are pictures that I took so far this year. I mean, I've taken a million of them, but I picked a few choice ones. And I've got Roisin here. She's poking her head up over my knees. I'm sitting with them up, and she came and sat in front of me and stuck her head on my knees. And then we have Pixel, and in order to get that picture to print properly, I wanted to get her whole body in the picture. I had to crop it, but I'll show you a fix for that pretty soon. And then we have my husband with the dogs in his office. He works from home, and they're sitting with him, and then Roisin sitting on the bed with her favorite stuffed animal. So super cute. I think so. And so I'm going to pull all of the little bits that are in this picture. I've swapped some out, like this one. It says so cute, and it's got the blue background, so I picked that one instead. And some of the flowers, and I've pulled a bunch of them from these sheets except for the stickers, and I'm going to see what I want to use, and then I'll start adding more to this. So I'm kind of setting things up the way the sketch and the example shows, and then that will be like something to work with, and then I can start swapping some things around. So I pulled a heart. I'm not going to use these corners that are in yellow. Instead of using that yellow color, I'm going to work in the hydrangea hue instead. So I'll cut a matte for that off camera. So there's that heart that I pulled. I don't know which layout that was meant for, but it's going to be meant for this one for me. So okay, so, and then I've got some flowers. I've got this hello in black, and later on I'll find another one and switch it out. So just setting things up according to the picture to start with, and then I can start switching some things around. So we'll add that flower with the little sprig. I'm already turning them in different directions, but that's okay. Do what works for you, right? Didn't completely pop that one out, so okay. All right. And then this border sticker, instead of using that, it's black and white with hearts, I'm going to bring in Cutest Crew, and it's got this border die cut that has little paws on it. So I'm going to cut a whole bunch of those, and I'll do that off camera, but I'm going to cut the die with hydrangea hue, and then I'll cut 1/2-inch strips of cardstock to put underneath the die cut in crisp cantaloupe. So I've done this off camera, and I've already glued them together, and I'm going to have that pocket card on top of where the split is, so that it looks like it's a continuous 12-inch border. And then I'll shift on the right page that flower over to cover up the gap. So right now I'll just set it up and see how it doesn't quite reach 12 inches. That's okay. There's a fix for that. It's going to work out just fine. So, okay, I've got my my mats for all of my photos, and for that one of Pixel, I went ahead and cut that at 3.5 inches square, and I'll show you a fix for that as well. So okay, so we're getting things set up here. I'll shift that flower that's on the right page over to the center when I go to adhere things. I'm going to bring in Party Alphabet, and I have cut my title using crisp cantaloupe. So we'll bring in my stamping mat, and I'm going to do some stamping on these letters. So my title is going to read Sweet Girls, and they are most of the time. They're mostly good dogs. So, okay, so this is Cutest Crew, and I'm going to use these little paw print stamp here to decorate my letters. So I'm doing tone on tone stamping. This is crisp cantaloupe on top of crisp cantaloupe cardstock. So the ink is crisp cantaloupe, and I think it just shows up beautifully tone on tone. So when this ink dries, it will lighten up just a smidge, but it does keep the strength pretty well. And you'll notice that I'm tapping, and usually what you can say to yourself when you're using these ink pads is tap, tap, twist, twist, tap, tap. And then you're usually inked up really well. And you can look through the clear block to make sure that you've got good coverage on your stamp as far as having even coverage with the ink. And the more you use it, the more you get into this habit of inking up really well and tapping. So we'll go ahead and finish up the W. I'm not going to cover the entire letter. I thought that it looked better kind of in strips. So, okay, so I've stamped all the letters, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this mat with hydrangea hue. So I'm just going to stamp on the right side with these little paw prints. And that way I can keep the design of having the grid design for this layout with the 3x3 photos, but with the different size of pixel for that last photo. So we'll go ahead and set that up like that. I think that works. So go ahead and glue that down. I'll do a lot of the adhering off camera, but we'll just get that set up. I've added dimensionals to my title so that those letters stand out. And then I'll do that to the block down at the bottom as well on the left page. Okay, so this is a sticker that looks like a paperclip, and it's super cool because you can just stick it down on top and it looks like a paperclip, like you've got things clipped in. So we'll get that heart adhered there, and then we'll put the paperclip on top of it. In that picture, I removed the TB from the photo because it was too distracting. So now I want to put something in place of it. So I think that works. It's better than the TB screen that was in the picture. So, okay, let's see what's next. I have die cut a whole bunch of these little puppies from Cutest Crew in both colors, hydrangea hue and crisp cantaloupe. And we'll set them up on this pocket card right here. And then off camera, I'll do a little bit of stamping journaling, strip journaling for that card. And you'll see that in the final picture. Okay, so I went to my stash and I have a Close to My Heart stamp that's called A Typeface. And I just stamped out Our and hand cut this little banner so I can have our title read Our Sweet Girls. And I will adhere that with some dimensionals and some tape runner. And then I decided that I wanted to add another little puppy. First I grabbed the hydrangea hue, but then I decided to switch it out to the crisp cantaloupe colored one. So that is my basic layout, and now I'm going to scatter a whole bunch of these dots around. These are in color dots and they're kind of iridescent. They look super cool. So I'm going to scatter a bunch of the hydrangea hue ones all around, and then on that flower that's on the left page, the center of it is a yellow color. So I'm going to cover that up with 3 crisp cantaloupe dots in the center there. So I'll do the rest off camera, and that's good to go. And let's do some quick finishing up of the adhering these other little bits, and then we'll call it good. So you can take a layout that's already ready to go and you can customize it and swap out some colors and make it work for you. And it comes together quickly because it's halfway designed for you already. So this is a great kit. You can make lots of layouts and it's got everything you need in it and you can add to it. Okay, so I'm pulling these closer to the camera. I'll have a still shot at the end of this video. I'll also have still shots over on my socials, and I'll put a playlist at the end of this video so you can see the other inspiration collaboration design team layouts using these new beautiful in colors, and they're available now. So here's a still shot right here, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd sure appreciate it. Then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.